Dave.
Yes, United trot out here for the second half with work to do to get back into this one. The second half similar job to do to get back into this one. In the last game, similar job Tottenham, they had, albeit in the last game into the break 3-0, albeit to the good. Spurs went into the break 3-0 certainly to the good. Managed to produce more and more as that game went on. As that game went on. A couple of efforts in the first half, and we'll look to try and drive United on in the second period here. But an early goal would do a good deal of good from United's cause, really, wouldn't it?
It would do. It would help United a lot.
First
There's
half,
not been enough chances in the first half to test Arsenal's back four, and I just think that
would do a good deal of good from United's cause, really, wouldn't it?
Trying to break them down. United is the only way that not been enough chances in the first half to test Arsenal.
There's going to be a change as well, guys. Josh Barry is going to go off, and it's nice to see Zach Durnley back
going forward
in the field.
Trying to break them down
in a few weeks' time. Just a couple of reserve appearances last season.
United are going to get back into it.
And there's going to be a change as well, guys. Josh Barry is going to go off, and it's nice to see Zach Durnley back in the field. Took 19 in a few weeks' time. Just a couple of reserve appearances last season. United need to regroup against Arsenal and get themselves back into this game at the earliest possible opportunity in the second half. A problem with injury in the middle of the campaign.
You want to hit apply and then hit OK. Next, we are going to assume that you already have your webcam hooked up to your computer. If you do not, go ahead and plug in your webcam, and then you want to go under the sources menu here where it says sources. You want to go down and you want to click the little plus icon. When you do that, it's going to give you a bunch of different options, which I will go into in later tutorials, but in this one, you want to add video capture device. Give it any name that you want to. And then it's going to basically put on the screen the camera that you are pulling from. So if you get this square box, like I see right here, then what you want to do is you want to click on the resolution tab, go to custom, and then you want to select the resolution that you want to push your video through at. Then you hit OK. And from there, there's one more step, but I'm going to give you a side tip as well. When you test everything to make sure that you have it up and running, one problem that a lot of people get when they are going live is they get an audio sync problem that happens. In order to fix that, all you have to do is you have to go into your mixer option here, and you will see that you have an option for whichever audio device it is that you're using. So what you want to do in that situation is you just want to adjust the milliseconds on the audio to compensate for that lag. For me, usually between 200 and 500 usually does the trick. Once you have everything set up inside of OBS that we just went over, you want to head over to back to your YouTube streaming page. From there, you want to make sure that you put your title and your description just like you normally would for a video, because these live videos, when you do them, they can rank as well. So you want to make sure that you get everything together in your meta, and for your tags, you want to make sure that you click on the advanced settings here, and when you do that, then you can click on basic info, and then that will allow you to add your tags there as well. So once you have that part of it set up, I strongly recommend that you do a private stream first, or an unlisted stream that you share with friends, so that you can, make sure that your audio is synced up.
In the first half, here goes Maitland-Niles, palmed away by O'Hara, who got down sharply.
Really good palms on that, knocked it away into the ground out of harm's way.
Or De Silva will demand that they take the next one. After their goal-scoring exploits in the first half.
Know that they've scored two from those wide areas with two fantastic strikes. Really palms on that, knocked it away out as well in terms of free kicks and corners. Again, you always talk about that when you set up before matches. If teams scored two from those wide areas with two fantastic strikes, palms on that, trying to get as well in terms of free kicks and corners. Again, you always talk about that when you set up before matches. A very good,
another dangerous customer.
Trying not to give them away, trying to get free kicks away,
too much of the ball yet tonight.
Talk about that when you say
28 games tonight.
A very good,
another dangerous season of 15 goals. Unfortunately, the and as an Arsenal who goes well, season of 15 goals. Unfortunately, the Ahead of United, champions Everton, 7 points ahead of United. Chelsea's tackling champions 10 points to get up to 4, final points ahead of United. 4 to 5 Everton, 5 games. Started badly last year. Started well this time around. Chelsea 4. Offside 2 will chase. He's done really well to keep that in. Set up a decent effort for Ack. He was well marshalled by Tyrell Warren.
Great ball from Offside 2. He's got no right really. The pace he's running at, and to get the ball back in the way he did and deliver such a good cross. It's good play there. Riley breathing down his neck as well. One thing I like about Joe Riley is he just, regardless of what's going, he always puts a shift in, whether he's having a great game or not. His endeavours there, and his work ethic's always evident.
And he can do that in various different positions as well. Started this second half on this left-hand side.
I was just going to say that he's played a lot of games at full-back, hasn't he, in a defensive position. So as a defender, he's got to do that recovery running, and he's played a lot of, still does it, games as he's played in a midfield sort of role as well. It shows him, so great willing to do that. But as he's got to do that recovery running, the pace that still does it, games as he's played in a midfield fighting roles, really. It shows him, so great willing to do that. But as he's got to do that recovery running,
away from Maitland-Niles, that'll skip all the way through. Kieran O'Hara,
great willing to do that.
O'Hara was in goal against Leicester when United were trying to score from a free kick. Demi Mitchell skipped all the way through top bit. Had occasion to give United a win. On the opening day of the season, O'Hara was in goal against Leicester when United were trying to score from a free kick. Demi Mitchell skipped put it top bit. Had occasion to give United a win. Boonen helps it on. Durnley sees Wilson's waiting in the middle. Let's find him. United. Hamilton scored from a free kick. Tempted to have a plonk there. Skips, put it top bit. Had occasion to give United's Wilson. Boonen taken away from him. Durnley. Hamilton's eyes lit up there for a moment, I think. End of the season, United with 4 goals in 5 under 18 appearances. Skips, put it top bit. Wilson taken away from him. Always good to see him get back to his feet. Returning from injury this season. Setbacks in 5 under 18 appearances.
He's another one who's just building the bases. There a lot of time out. He come back from a crucial some experience. It takes time to get back into the groove. Your mind's doing it quickly, but sometimes your body is easy. Another one who's just building the bases. There a lot of time out. Come back to get back to his best change with him. It takes time to get back into the groove. Your mind's doing it quickly, but sometimes your body is easy. Another one who's just building the bases.
Well, cut out, needs to be cut out, breaking it again, not probably one-on-one with the keeper, and then it was quick, one get it, pass and then it was slide. Well, cut out, needs to be cut out, breaking it again, not probably one-on-one with the keeper,
shake off Tyrell Warren. Managed to do so, and he was caught. It's another free kick in a dangerous spot. Silva. Shake off Tyrell Warren.
Getting involved in a tussle there to Warren. Sometimes you just got to get free close. I love the fight. I love the fact that sometimes he's not going anywhere. Keep him going out that way. You know, because when he does get the side of you, then you either got to foul him or do something drastic and the ball back. Sometimes you just got to get free close. I love the fight. I love the fact that sometimes he's not going anywhere. Keep him going out that way. You know, because when he does get the side of you, then you either got to foul him or do something drastic and the ball back. Sometimes you just got to get free close.
While the Mereja took a nick on the way through, and it will be a corner.
Going out that way. You know, because when he does get the side of you,
everyone expecting a shot there.
to get past and drastic and the ball back. His body language was really good. You know,
While the Mereja took a nick on the way through, and it will be a
what to
corner.
do, quite comfortable. United do a little bit because when he does get the side, rigid if you like, and wary of what they're up against. But take one goal from United to change that position. You know,
While the Mereja took a nick on the way through, and it will be a
what to
corner.
do, quite comfortable. United do a little bit because when he does get the side, rigid if you like, and wary of what they're up against. But Arsenal take one goal from United to change that position. You know,
While the Mereja took a nick on the way through, and it will be a
what to
corner.
do, quite comfortable. United do a little bit because when he does get the side, rigid if you like, under the cottage where United are up against. It's take one goal from United to change that position for everybody to come back behind the ball and defend as a team. But sometimes you've got to cut the ball off a little bit and be bold and keep one or two out of it. And it could be a problem. United are up against. It's take one goal from United to change that position for everybody to come back behind the ball and defend
Tries to slow him down.
But sometimes you've got to cut the ball off a little bit and be bold and keep one or two out of it.
Chance for Arsenal.
It could be a problem. United are
First touch. Didn't give him a chance to get the shot off.
back behind the
Just
ball.
later, shot right across, whipped it across the box again. United got away with that. A great chance for Arsenal.
First works it well, turn to Riley.
Chance to get the shot off.
Just tries to go deeper.
Shot right across, whipped it across the box
He
again.
had a bit more pace to proceedings.
That's a great chance for
Riley. McTominay works it well, turn to Riley. Goes to Oliver Sunday. Fonge, by the way, we seem to come on for United. He had a bit more pace to proceedings. Riley.
United need a bit more money when he's playing in the number 10.
There he is. Right to James, and it is externally. Manages somehow to get the ball to come on for United, but over the bar. Pace to proceedings.
Just that United need a bit more from United need a bit more money when he's playing in the number 10.
There he is. Right to James, and it is externally. Manages somehow to get the ball to come on for United, but over the bar. Pace to proceedings.
Just looking at Burnley here, does he get sort of stuck in the ground a little bit? I'm not sure, but should have maybe, should be hitting the target. Should be a goal, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I think he just left the surface there instead of following through, and the surface has directed it.
It was the last action for Indy Boonen as well. He has been replaced by DJ Buffonge. And Buffonge can play.
Didn't look too happy, did he? Indy Boonen there.
He can play in the number 6 or number 8 position, if you like, in midfield, but he can play as a number 10 as well. It looks like that's where he's going to just slot in behind James Wilson.
I was just saying before Indy Boonen actually went off that, you know, he needed to get into the game a little bit more, and it's kind of that position of number 10 where you've got to pick up the little pockets and be available for people. You've got to be the creator. And it's been a difficult night for him tonight. Just he's not been found very often, and it's not been one of his better nights for production.
Down goes Oliver Sunday. That'll be a corner.
I think as well, what you know, that you can say that he's not had a great night, but Manchester United haven't had a lot of the ball, you know, possession-wise, and you need that possession, as we were talking about in the first half, of saying, you know, sometimes you've got to try and keep hold of that ball, and you've got to be better in possession, and then you might be able to find Indy Boonen in you know, little pockets and little holes, but certainly he hasn't managed to do that tonight.
In comes the corner, which isn't the best. Nelson plays it out towards Willock. Referee just let the game go and then brought it back.
I've got to say, I don't think there's been many free kicks gone Manchester United's way tonight. They've all seemed to have been gone Arsenal's way. I think there's been one or two that maybe the referee has missed, that he could have given to the Reds, but certainly it's been an interesting game, and it's a game where the players have to learn from this as well. They have to know that they've got to try and get back into the game, and they've got to try and work it out as well for themselves, as I said in the first half, to work themselves back into this game. And if it's just by hard work and getting there and being quick to close down, then that's something that you have to do.
That's the thing. There are more than one way to, you know, to win a game, to gain a bit of advantage. And as you say, sometimes it's simply as much as just your desire, getting close to people, stopping Arsenal from playing, and then you gradually build yourself into getting possession of the football. That's the thing. There are more than one way to, you know, to win a game, to gain
out from his defensive position,
a bit of advantage. And as you say, sometimes it's simply as much as just.
Rain Adelaide. Back to Osei Tutu. Willock moves it on to Maitland-Niles. Now Nelson. Rain Adelaide. Arsenal finding space here. Maitland-Niles was well forward. Comes to De Silva. Straight to O'Hara.
They're playing with pace and power, aren't they? They're finding people, they're breaking the back line of Manchester United quite a lot, getting them to come in, and they're getting down these wide areas, Arsenal, and look at them back now. There's 5 or 6 round 3 Manchester United players.
Bit of room here for Riley, which is well found by Buffon, and now Wilson will try and cause some damage to Arsenal, and he does at least win a corner.
He's been willing all night, James Wilson. Every opportunity he's received the ball into feet and not dallied with it. He's always tried to create an opening, or, you know, do something. It's not always come off for him, but he's always been available.
There he is, being available. The short corner from Riley, and it goes from Wilson. Out it goes again. We talk about his cruciate knee ligament injury on loan at Derby last season. He also, of course, as a schoolboy in the under-18s, dislocated his ankle. He's had the fair old setbacks in his career, and there's McTominay firing high over the top.
I think they're just trying to leave a bit of an impression on the game, trying to test the keeper, but just getting the shot wrong, especially by his standards.
I think as well, Dave, just before that, we're talking about, obviously, James Wilson, who's in the picture there. They took the short corner. Everybody was expecting it to be played in as a normal corner. James Wilson gets it, manages to get that cross in. It is not a bad cross, actually, to the near post. But all the Manchester United players are set up for the far post. Nobody there to take advantage of that good whip ball into the near post.
Here's Rain Adelaide, looking for his own man, Eddie Nketiah. That's out for an Arsenal throw. Arsenal ended the last campaign with only 1 clean sheet in 8 league games. They conceded 9 goals in their last 4 matches so far this season. They conceded 7 in the 3 matches before tonight. But at the moment, United aren't quite putting them under the pressure to cause the errors or indeed create the openings. Arsenal have had 10 attempts, United just the 3 so far. But of course there's still plenty of time. Around about half an hour left to make a difference to the scoreline.
With Arsenal being that comfortable in possession, if United can win the ball, they've, there's probably seven of the Arsenal players forward. Gives them a good opportunity to break.
Bit of space here, which is very quickly closed down by Sunday. Now he needs people to break forward with him. He's got Wilson, and he's got Riley. Buffon and Durnley well forward too. This is Mitchell. It's just overhit. There was potential, just not the right delivery.
Yeah, again, I think he was just at too much of a tilt to maybe get his foot round that, Mitchell, and he got a good enough, well, not quite good enough contact, and it was just always slipping away, and it was always going to go out. For that goal kick that Arsenal are going to take, but as Danny's been saying about Manchester United, it's all about them keeping hold of possession.
It is, but that shows a little bit of promise there, Andy, with United actually being able to break. The first time I think it was Terrell Warren who won the ball, and so it might have been Sunday, sorry, who played a good pass into Wilson, who then came inside and fed Dimitri Mitchell out on the far side with Joe Riley.
Here is Riley. Hamilton was sent flying. Offside 2-2, and Willock emerged with possession. Nketiah. Offside 2-2. Away from Luke Shaw. Maitland-Niles just gets to the ball before Durnley. This is Rain Adelaide, and now Nelson. Akpom. Sunday right there with him. Took a knock in the face there as well, Sunday. Akpom's going to carry on. So are Arsenal. Rain Adelaide. Niles. Willock just gets to the ball before Durnley. Just kept on rising. Rain Adelaide, and now Nelson. Sunday wasn't happy with the Akpom clash there. Sunday right there with him. Took a knock in the face there as well, Sunday.
Just a flailing arm. I don't think
Akpom's going to carry on. So are Arsenal. Rain Adelaide.
Niles. What happens there?
Willock
maybe gets
to the ball before Durnley. Kept on rising. Rain Adelaide, and now Nelson.
Side of his face.
Sunday wasn't happy with the
I don't think it was
clash there.
It was intentional. It was a tussle, wasn't it? 6 1/2 dozen of the other, and just sort of caught it. But Arsenal, as they were entitled to play on there.
Well, it's the referee's call to stop the game. A lot of people get hot under the collar about this. At the end of the day, it's the referee's decision. Players can kick the ball out, but they don't have to. And in that sense, I think it was an elbow, but it wasn't an elbow, if that makes sense. His elbow made contact, but it wasn't an elbow that was properly thrown, was it?
No, not malice in it.
Here's Riley as the rain starts to really come down hard. At the moment, Arsenal standing up to anything United are throwing at them. Here's Luke Shaw. To Hamilton. Hamilton. Being pushed back by Arsenal.
Just little things like that. You've got, O'Hara kicks the ball straight up. United aren't playing with a target man. So he's got to probably be playing it on the diagonal. Fair enough, he's getting it away from the goal, but he's got to be trying to play it on the diags to hitting somebody playing out wide, because he overhit that one, but you've got to be cute in the decisions that you're making out there, especially when you're under the cosh.
Here's Nelson. Getting it back from McGuane, feeding Maitland-Niles. That's just a little bit wayward from Willock. Last season this game was won by a single goal from Roshawn Williams. Header after just 7 minutes of the game gave United the points. The reverse fixture was a 2-2 draw at the Emirates. The 2 seasons before that there weren't actually any meetings between United and Arsenal. And a couple of years before that, Chuba Akpom scored twice for Arsenal in a 2-2 draw at Altrincham. So there are a couple of 2-2 draws in the past against these sides. I wonder if we might see one here tonight. Things need to change quite drastically, though, if we are to see that.
Well, I think they've got to score pretty quickly, Manchester United, if we've got to get a draw out of this game or anything out of it. And visibly, you can see that Arsenal's passing and movement off the ball is a lot quicker and a lot sharper than Manchester United's, and that comes with them being 2-0 down as well. Your heads are down a little bit, but they're zipping it around, and it's a fantastic night for doing that. There's a little bit of wetness on the pitch, and Manchester United haven't managed to keep the ball enough to allow them to do that.
Here's McTominay, who certainly enjoyed the first part of the first half, but hasn't perhaps enjoyed the second half as much. But there's time for that to change as well. Here's Mitchell coming forward with purpose and brought down by Eddie Nketiah, who will at least be given a lecture from the referee here, and in fact he's now going to his pocket.
Key word you said as purpose. You know, we got the ball. As you see, he drove directly, gives them a decision to make, and they have to foul him, and gives United a free kick, you know, sort of 10 yards. Outside the box, but that's it. It's going with the drive, giving the defenders the decision to make, and very positive play there from Dimitri Mitchell.
And I think, Danny, that's the difference. Arsenal have done that every time they've got the ball in a midfield area like that. They've run at people, and as Danny says, it gives decisions to make as a defender. Do you go to him? Do you not? Do you stand your ground? If you stand your ground, he might get that shot off. If he doesn't, you've got to go to him. It opens another pattern of play in behind him. They might be able to get a 1-2 and they're in, and they're in on the shot on goal. And we haven't done that enough in the game, where Arsenal have virtually every time they've got it.
Now, looking at this situation, I'm thinking Mitchell against Leicester. He managed to score. What can he do here? Not the same, but there was a deflection. It'll be a corner.
Yeah, he's not caught that as well as he would have done. I think he's just tried to go around the wall where everybody's looking on the other side. It's like he's just tried to put it around the wall, but he's caught Joe Willock on the way through.
Here's Joe Riley looking for Mitchell again, who will swing this one over. Plenty of takers in the middle, and Haddart wasn't the most convincing there.
Well, I think he got lucky there, because I think initially he actually missed the cross, came to punch it, missed it. I think it hit the back of one of his own players, and it ended up just in where he was running.
That's one of those balls from Mitchell in the corridor, just in that corridor. If you get across the keeper's eye, and he's unsure when he's coming anyway, you just got to get across the keeper, and you know you've got an empty net to nod it into.
He got lucky there, because I think initially on it, didn't he? I was mistaken. He actually missed it, because I thought, well, if he gets his hands on to punch it, missed it, he's got to clear it, but he didn't. Back of one of his own players,
and it ended to swing a cross in for Arsenal to deal with. And Wilson got there, got across his man, got the touch, but just couldn't get it goalwards.
He's got a bit of a knock there on his hip as well, I think.
Just positive there. Look at Joe Riley. Gets the ball in with his left foot. James Wilson getting on the end of it, but not managing to direct it goalward. But just in that corridor, two passages of play there from Dimitri Mitchell and the keeper's eye. Pass few minutes to show a bit of promise for United.
Just looking at James
coming anyway. You just got to get across the keeper, and you know, you've got an empty.
That's not
empty net to nod it into.
Lucky there, the strain as he went for that. He initially on it, didn't he? It was an awkward should have taken. I thought missed it. End up of the move. Well, if he gets trying his hands, get it with his left foot to come down on his right foot, but he was stretching all the way and still holding his right left hip area. I hope he hasn't just strained his muscle over
Wilson
that.
Got across his man, just looking the most comfortable at the moment. Couldn't get it goalwards.
He's got a bit of a knock there on his hip as well, I think.
McTominay is offside.
As bad as you know as well as I do, Danny, when you come back from injury a long time out, it takes a while for your body to get back into the football mode, if you like. The muscles still need to be stretched and need to be used as a footballer would. You can do as much as you want in a gym, stretching, doing all the exercises, but when you get out on that football pitch, it's a different kettle of fish for your body.
Yeah, especially how quick the game is today as well. It's you know, these boys are finely tuned. I'd say more so than I was.
Definitely more than I was. Yeah, he's still troubled by it, isn't he? I'm sure if he can't shake that off, we might be seeing James Wilson go off here.
A shame, because he's been United's biggest threat tonight.
Been out for the best part of a year, so no surprise to see him struggling a little bit. Just over 10 months he's been sidelined from football.
Yeah, he can't move, but he's struggling to move.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely not happy. I think Manchester United are going to have to make a substitution. He's desperate, I think, not to come off, because he doesn't want to. He's back on track, if you like.
Yeah, training ground injury it was, the ACL injury that he picked up. Just 4 appearances on loan at Derby last season, 3 of those from the start. Such a shame for him, and hopefully this is just a little bump in the road. It's carrying on for now. And that's our Arsenal looking to extend their lead here. Offside 2-2. Back to Reine Adelaide. Eddie Nketiah keen to get involved as well. Willock to Nelson. Nelson just caught by Hamilton, perhaps. The referee allows the game to carry on. Maitland-Niles searches for Reine Adelaide, who is offside.
I think they've got to get James off here. He's got to say to the bench, listen, I'm done. He could be doing more damage to whatever he's done to that muscle over his hip. I think they've got to make a change.
I think the issue, or one of the issues here, is I wonder who would replace James. Of course, DJ Buffon could go up front, Zach Durnley could go up front, Demi Mitchell could, but James is the only.
Scott McTominay as well could go up front.
Could do. James is the only natural centre forward in the squad tonight. But obviously, we'll keep an eye on him and see if he can move freely. He's certainly doing all right here. It is Wilson, and it's stopped by Huddart. Went for the cheeky chip, couldn't quite find a way through.
I still think if he's moving freely, he scores here. I think he's gingerly hit this one, because it's sore, that hip, it's sore. If he's fully fit, he hits through that ball.
Great first touch from him.
Good movement as well.
Yeah.
In comes the corner. Where's this going? Almost onto the boot of McTominay, and it was beaten away by Josh Da Silva.
A shame it's taken so long for United to pile on this amount of pressure, because Arsenal are not great at the back at all.
I think the goal tally against shows that, doesn't it, Danny? But everybody jumping up, not really wanting to take the situation in hand and head the ball away.
This time it's seen out by Nketiah. All of a sudden we've got around about 15 minutes to go. Mitchell helps it through towards Riley. Now Buffon. Durnley maybe took it down well. It's bobbling around all over the place. Dirty through to McTominay. Haddart stood up strongly and McTominay was offside anyway. It was a strange 20 seconds or so though.
That ball bobbling around everywhere, isn't it? And then at the end of it, Scott McTominay has just strayed offside, but bodies flying in everywhere. It's hitting
he's on as well.
He's onside, but I mean, it didn't end up in the back of the net. Great save by the keeper, made himself big there.
So Callum Williams about to come on for United.
Has to be for James Wilson for me.
I'm reliably informed it will be James Wilson who leaves the field.
That's a pity for him, Danny, isn't it? As you say, he's worked really hard. That lone striker role is a difficult one to play. I know you've played it. I didn't play it so much when I was playing. It was two people up front, as David said, in the first half. And you've got to expend quite a lot of energy when you're on your own up front, and he had certainly done that. And he'll be disappointed because of that injury coming back. And here United getting away here.
Well, it's Durnley thought about the shot, then went for it in the end, and it just went too high. Scott McTominay is furious that the ball wasn't played back to the edge of the box.
Yeah, he picked up on a loose ball. It was a loose pass there from Maitland-Niles, I think it was, and he's done everything right. Just got to keep his head down and hit the target there. But, you know, Scott McTominay looking, thinking, you know, if you're going to put it over the bar, you may as well give me the ball. But just got to hit the target there. But positive play from United.
This is James Wilson going off. This is where he hurt himself.
Yeah, initially I thought he'd got a crack on it, but I think it's just as he comes down. I think he was stretching too far, and let's just hope.
He's on as well.
He's onside, but I mean, it didn't end up in the back of the net. Great save by the keeper, made himself big there.
So Callum Williams about to come on for United,
because I think Nketiah should have just held his run a little bit, Danny. Has to be for James Wilson for me.
And reliably informed it will be James Wilson who leaves the field. Corner. Back now with Hamilton.
That's a pity for him, Danny,
steer that into the path of Riley.
He's worked really hard.
That
lone striker was a difficult one to play. I know you've played it. I didn't play it so much when I was playing. It was two people up front, as David said, in the first half.
It'd be good. You know, first you've got to hit the target, make the keeper work.
A lot of energy when you're on your own up front. And
good little play there from Ethan Hamilton.
He'll be disappointed because of that injury coming back. United getting away here.
It's Durnley. Thought about the shot, then went for it in the end, as you can get, and it just went too high. Scott McTominay is furious that the ball wasn't played back to the edge of the box. Gambled or stand in the middle. Where's my wall going?
Picked up on a loose ball. This is one of those loose pass there. You don't have to curl. You just put the Maitland-Niles, I think it was, the lad's doing. He's done everything right. Just got to keep his head down and hit the target there. You know, Scott McTominay looking, thinking, you know, if you're going to put it over the bar, you may as well give me the ball. But just got to hit the target there. But positive play from United.
This is James Wilson going off. This is where he hurt himself.
And keeper again not being troubled. I thought he'd got to try and make him at least make a save, Danny. I think it's just as he comes down.
Not a bad effort, like you said, was just, you know, too far, 2 or 3 foot and over the bar. Let's just take a little bit of pace out of it there, a little bit, Dimitri.
In the end, you look back at that first half in which Arsenal scored 2 free kicks, and that's really where the damage has been done. United have had a couple of free kicks in similar sort of positions, not made the most of them, and that's why the scoreline is onside.
But I mean, it didn't end up in the back of the net. Great save by the keeper, made himself big there, didn't he? So it could have been worse. And
so Callum Williams about to come on for United
as well, because I think Nketiah should have just held his run. Those done it really. They've had to fight for everything for Manchester United tonight.
And the just will be James Wilson who leaves the field.
in the final third.
Back now with Hamilton.
Did well to the way
steer that to the path of Riley.
Funnels back and really hard into defensive position. It's a difficult one to play. Been very quick to know you've played it. I've not played it so much. Players that were too really hard to get in and around the first half.
It'd be good. You down yourself first. You've got to hit the target. Make the keepers will have energy when you're up front. Good little play there from Ethan Hamilton.
Disappointed because of
the comes out to get the ball. He's not really had too much to do in the back shot. Went for it in the air as you can get. And it just went too wide. So for a goal furious. But the ball wasn't played back to the edge of the box. Gambled or stand in the middle.
Yeah, picked up on things you don't have to curl. You just put the make little wobble. I think it was he's saved from Akpom and just got to keep his head down and hit the target. The thing is, he's got McTominay maybe to get to. If you get up down, just hit the ball. Just hit the target there placed. He couldn't do anything about it.
This is James Wilson going on. This is try and find Riley, but it's mopped up by Nketiah. Willock back to McGuane. Turnley steals it back for United, but just runs out of pitch.
Good work from Durnley. Harrison chasing the ball, gets his chance to just nick it past the defender and just nicked it a little bit too much, and it goes out for a goal kick. He's unlucky.
You're right, and he probably deserved a little bit more for the work that he put in, and the fact that he won the ball back. His touch let him down in the end.
There it goes from Harat. Nketiah knocks it back to make the Niles. Rein Adelaide hits the deck. It was McTominay who was with him.
Just see here, he's McTominay's gone in, challenged him. He's tried to get his body in the way of Rein Adelaide, but felt the full force of Scott McTominay. McTominay's talking to the referee saying, "Ref, I've not really done anything." But got Rein Adelaide feeling the full effects of it.
I think he was lucky there not to get a yellow card, considering I think there's only been one yellow card, and it wasn't two yellow cards. But I didn't think they were as worse or as bad as those that foul. I think he caught him twice there.
Sometimes the armband has some power, but it can only save you for so long. Well, and there we are.
Commentator's curse.
Scott McTominay on Joe Willock, yellow card. The referee had just said, any more and you're in the book.
Yeah. That's a bit of frustration.
A little bit of frustration, yeah. I think that's one thing I do like about him. He's got the fight. He's he's determined. Just the way you channel it. But yeah, definitely a bit of frustration. The game not going United's way.
Here's Akpom on the turn. Wanted to give it and get it back, but didn't get the original part of that right. Now there's a break on for Demi Mitchell. Mitchell looking to get help from Riley. Riley looking to spread it out towards Olasunde. It'll be a corner.
Good break there from United initially. Good bit of play from Riley down the left-hand side into Dimitri Mitchell. It's not rocket science. They've been, whenever United have shown that sort of pace on the break, they've looked to hurt Arsenal.
But the delivery's not been good, has it, from those kind of situations?
No,
and it wasn't there either. Now Arsenal stretch their legs forward. I'll say 2-2. 3 to hit in the middle. O'Hara with an important touch there, just whipped it away from Nketiah. Sets up the counter charge, led by Whelan and McTominay. Akpom just grabbed a bit too much of Scott McTominay.
I think he knew it was Scott McTominay as well, and he could potentially get a rise out of him, so he went in with a little bit more. But Scott dealt with it well, showed good composure.
Riley now to Buffon. Now Mitchell. Let's go. Roll out. Time just ticking away now. DJ Buffon, an important part of this reserve squad now. Last season he was important to the under-18s, of course, who continue their season tomorrow against Derby County. We'll have highlights for you 5:30 on Sunday evening. Clearance from Haddart. Scott McTominay wins it in the air. United throw. Whelan is going to take it. Now Riley. Ball just held up a little bit for him then. Whelan. Buffon. McTominay to Olasunde. Now it's Whelan again. Arsenal with 10 behind the ball as United push to try and get something out of this game. Short for Mitchell, and he was caught on the follow through there.
Yeah, a bit naughty that there from I think it was Osley Tutu. He's gone and won the ball, but as you see here, just follows through and keeps his legs straight. Naughty that from, I mean, Dimitri's down and he's hurt. It's naughty tackle. Really naughty tackle. Caught him right on the shin.
That could be a nasty one potentially for Demi, who really felt that.
There's no need. He's got the ball. You slide and you just pull your leg back in. Unless you're trying to catch somebody there, there's no need.
Let's see it again.
Just look, he makes contact there. He doesn't need to keep his leg extended with the same sort of force. You soften your leg at that point if you're not trying to catch somebody.
I think Demi just saw enough of the challenge coming to just perhaps raise the leg a little, but it was a sore one, that's for sure.
Yeah, you see he's limping now. You're not expecting that at all. He's had enough time to, as I say, to get the ball away. You're not expecting that, especially it's for no reason.
Here's McTominay. Mitchell back on, by the way. Whelan for McTominay again. They need numbers in the middle here, United. There will be some for this corner.
McTominay's, since he's tried to turn the screw a little bit, he's been positive. He's been all action. I've enjoyed most of his game tonight. He's tried to leave an impression where he could.
Buffon with the corner. Olasunde went up, so did Riley.
Lovely pass.
Buffon found beautifully, trying to make something of it. So Olasunde was there. Arsenal had bodies in the way when it mattered, though.
Yeah, good play there, Dave. Fantastic. First the ball out from Dimitri Mitchell, but positive run from DJ Buffon on the right hand side. Drew in the defender, great ball across, and United just couldn't put it in.
Referee has another look at the watch. There won't be much more time to be played.
I think the frustrating thing for United is that the last sort of 20 minutes of the game, they've had good possession, and if they'd have done this from the off and gone toe-to-toe with Arsenal, then it might have been a very different outcome.
Here's McTominay. Riley. They'll try and keep the pressure on here with Sunday. Hits Riley more than anything, and that's the full-time whistle. Back-to-back defeats against the North London sides. The damage done tonight in the first half from two set-piece situations. Reece Nelson and Josh Da Silva with some stunning set-piece delivery into the back of the United net, and that was all it needed to get the points. The positive from a Manchester United first-team point of view is another 90 minutes for Luke Shaw on his road back to full fitness. But here tonight, the 3 points go to Arsenal. United 0, Arsenal 2.
It's been the perfect start for Jose's side so far in the league.
Oh, he's got it! Marcus Rashford scores his first goal of the season.
But can they continue it at Stoke as United travel to the home of the Potters in search of another victory? And you can get the best matchday experience with MUTV.
Martial! What an impact!
Matchday. Stoke versus Manchester United. Saturday on MUTV.
Every match is a journey. A journey to the local pub. Or to the theatre.